All right, so good afternoon, everybody. So today our lesson is very simple, okay? Simple and light, because we only discuss the tutorial 1 questions, followed by discussing on how to submit your project 1 report through the Canvas. Okay, so only 2 things that we cover today, very light, no new things. Okay, so I think the first question that we can discuss is tutorial 1, exercise 1.7, question number 1 and question number 3. Because these 2 questions are related to your project 1 also. Your project 1, when you're asked to transfer the raw data into frequency table, you may need this knowledge. So let us try to go through question number 1. Under exercise 1.7. Okay, let me show you the question now. Okay. Okay, so can you see the question? 1.7. So there are 100 data altogether. Okay, these are the statistics for rainfall in a particular section of the Amazon area. Okay. So these are the daily rainfall in one area of Amazon. Okay. So that means in a particular day, okay, the rainfall was 292 millimeter in a particular day. The rainfall was 292 and etc. So we have 100 data altogether. Okay. So part A is you are asked to prepare a frequency table by using appropriate class size. Okay. So part A is you're asked to transfer these 100 raw data into a frequency distribution table. All right. So far we already learned 2 types of frequency table. Either you can use the single score frequency table, or you can group those data into classes by using the class interval. Okay, class interval means one class will have certain range of number for each class. All right. Okay, so what can I do is I'll transfer this raw data. I'll copy and paste this raw data from Microsoft Word into Microsoft Excel first. That will be easy for us. Okay, in order to build the frequency table. So you can copy all this data. Copy, copy this. Okay, then you go to Excel. Okay, and then you can paste your data. Let's say I just simply paste somewhere here. Paste here. So you can use this one without formula, without anything. Raw data. For this also okay. If I prefer to use this because that means all the value given have no formula. Yeah, pure data without formula. Okay. All right. Then I'll try to arrange this raw data from lowest to highest value. Okay. So in order to sort the data, we call this as sorting the data or arrange the data from lowest to highest. So if you want to sort the data by using Excel, make sure that this raw data must be arranged in the vertical form, something like this. Okay. This is called as vertical form, from top to bottom. So far, okay. So you need to arrange those data into like this. I usually just do in this way. Okay, I just like cut this, then paste to here. Okay. The third column also the same, cut, and then paste to here. Okay, so continue the same process for other columns of data, until all the data are arranged in one column only. Okay, so this one I delete now because I already have, so I just delete. So I use column number A, to show you the steps involved. Okay, how to sort the data, right? So we have 100 data altogether, so make sure that you already copy all these 100 data, altogether 100, you see, row 100, altogether 100 data. Okay, so how to sort the data? What you can do is you can select the numbers, highlight the numbers, right? Then you can go to data tag, which is at the upper part of your Excel sheet. Okay, click on the data tag. Then you choose A to Z icon. It means sorting the data from smallest to highest. Okay, choose this one. So that means the lowest value of rainfall in particular section of Amazon is 201 millimeter per day. Okay, and then the highest rainfall value will be 344 millimeter per day. Okay, so this information already have. Okay, so if you want to build a frequency table, yeah, we need to identify a few things first. Okay, the first one is we need to identify how many classes we need. Okay, how many classes we need in order to classify all these 100 data. Yeah, how many classes required? Okay, how many classes required? There is no rule of thumb, but there is one formula that we can use. Okay, it's not exactly the value that we can get, but this is only one of the suggestions for you to identify number of classes. Okay, rule of thumb is your number of classes should not less than 5 and should not more than 15. Rule of thumb. Number of classes should not less than 5 and also should not more than 15. Okay, so if your number of classes is 5, exactly okay, acceptable. If the number of classes that you build is 5, exactly 5 are okay. Okay, or if your number of classes is exactly equal to 15, still acceptable. Okay, but don't build too many classes, otherwise it's very hard for you to do analysis. Okay, so let us try to use this formula. This is only a suggestion only, all right, to identify number of classes. So I use K to represent number of classes. So formula is log n divided by log 2. Log n means number of data available. So in this case, we have 100 data. Okay, so I'd like to use formula now. So I press equal, and then I press log, log. Okay, then I press 100 because we have 100 data. Okay, divided by log 2. Log 2 is the constant number. This is the denominator value. Okay, oh, missing one. Okay, and then I put 2. All right, press enter. So the value you get is 6.6. So that means we may need to have about 6 or 7 classes. Okay? 6 or 7 classes. That's the meaning. All right, 6 or 7 classes. Okay, so let us choose. Let's say 7. Okay, let's say now if we choose 7, 7, okay. If so, let's say if K equals 7, okay, then we need to identify then what is the class size for each class. Class size means how many numbers should be put in, okay, in one class. Class size, how many numbers should be assigned in a class. Okay, so what is the formula? Formula is using this, the highest value in your data minus the lowest value in the data set divided by the number of classes that you want to have. Okay, so let's try to use this formula. If K is 7, okay, so highest value in this case is this number. Okay, 344 is the highest data that we have, the highest value that we have, 344. Minus the lowest value. Lowest value in this case is 201. Okay. Divided by K. K in this case, let's say 7. We use 7 first. So if number of classes is 7, that means one class you should have about 20 to 21 numbers. Okay, 20 to 21 numbers in a class. 20 to 21 numbers in a class lah. All right. Usually we will choose class size of like 5, 4, 5, 10, 20, 15 also okay, acceptable. If you put 21, it's very hard for you to analyze later on. So don't try to use all these weird numbers like 21, 22, 23. Okay, if you want to have the class size, better choose class size 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, this type of number. end up with 0 or 5, okay, or 4. That will be easy for you to do analysis. Okay, so in this case here, if we should choose class size 10, that would be better. Okay, class size 10. Okay, so let's check out. Okay, if we choose class size 10, that means that will be equal to 20, about 20, right? Roughly equal to 20 lah. Okay. So far so good, Don't choose 21. Okay, 21 is very hard for you to divide into, to analyze later on, very hard. Yeah, so choose 20. Okay, right? If you choose 20, then okay, then what is your first class then? Okay, so now I move on to the new column, So this one, maybe I can give a name. We call this as the class. Okay, I can give a name. I can say this is the class limit. Okay, or we can use class boundary, class limit or class intervals. Okay, you can use this word, class limit or class interval. Both are accepted. Okay, so let's say one class consists of 20 numbers. Class size means 20 numbers in one class. Okay, so the lowest number is 201. Okay, 201. Okay, so if you choose class size 20, so that means then it should be from 201 until 220. Okay, so far so good. 20 numbers in one class. First class should start with 201, because that's the lowest number. Some students may ask, can we start with 200? Also okay. If you want to start with 200, also okay. All right. Yeah. You want to start with 200 also, but I'll start with 201, right? That means any number started with 2, will be in one class. Okay. Right. Then the second class should be 221 until 240, right? 20 numbers in a class. Yeah. So next class should start with 241 until 260. 261 to 281. So we continue the same process until manage to cover the highest number, which is 344, right? 281 until that will be 300. Okay. 320. Okay. Then the last class. Okay, you may find that actually is already more than 7 classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Already more than already have 7 classes, right? But you may find that until 340, right? There are some numbers still not able to cover, right? Because we have bigger number than this, right? We have 344, 341. So if that's the case, we need to build another class, right? Because we have 3 figures which are greater than 340. Yeah, so that means we need to add one more class. Okay, even though when we did the calculation, we only found 7 classes, but we still need to add one more class, which is 341 to 360. So far so good. Okay, so this is only the guideline. Number of classes formula and the class size formula only provide you the guideline. Not necessarily have to follow exactly, okay, 6 classes or 7 classes. No, depends on the data you have. Okay, that's why for all of you 12 teams of, I also don't know what data you are going to have. But bear in mind, okay, if you face this type of situation, do not just fix yourself just to have 7 classes. You can have more than 7. Okay, you can have more than 7 classes. The reason is because, okay, I think it's because here, right, for the class size, actually we should use, if we use 21, then we can have 7 classes. But if we use 21 class size, then it's very hard for you to analyze later on. Okay, weird number, 21 is weird number. Better use 20 or 25 or 20, 30, 35, like this. That would be better. Okay. This is only the guideline. Not necessarily your class size your number of classes must be equal to 7. No, okay, it's not. So you can use this method also if you want. Okay. Some students may ask, okay, can we start the class limit with 201 until 225? That means we will have 25 class size. Okay. Also okay, can. Okay, this is another way, huh? Maybe some students, okay, prefer to have class size 25 in a class. So 225. So your next class will be 226 to 250. Okay. Next class will be 251 to 275 and etc. Okay. So if you want to have class size of 25 for each class, also okay. Okay, nothing wrong as well. Okay, let us try. Okay, this one will be 276 2, and then 301 to 325 and 350. So if you use 25 numbers in a class, that means you will end up with only 6 classes. Also okay. Okay, also acceptable. So both are acceptable, huh? So depends on your team members, yeah, your decision. Okay. If you use this also okay, acceptable. Okay, so class limit done. Okay, so if you use different class limit, that means your frequency value for each class will be different. Okay, your frequency value will be different. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Rachel said she cannot join the class.
But who cannot join the class?
Rachel.
Rachel, huh? Okay. So I have done the. I'm doing the recording now. So maybe after the class, you can ask. Yeah, Rachel can just go to access the video. Yeah, on the Canvas later on. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for informing. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. All right. So either one of the class limit is fine. Okay. Yeah. So which one do you pick? As long as your class numbers should not less than 5 or greater than 15 classes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I try to use the 6 classes one. Let's say, okay, we use this one. Okay, this one I delete. All right. This is also correct. The H column also correct. Nothing wrong. So in your project, you have to decide your class size for each class. Okay, so assume that now I use this one. Let's say I use this one. 25 numbers in the class. Okay. So how are you going to continue that? I will suggest you maybe you should also have the class, we call it class boundary, so that you can cross the gap, okay, in between 2 classes. Try to bold. I will suggest you to build the class boundary directly, okay, once you already have the class limit column. Okay. Because when you need to find the mean, standard deviation, mod, median, all these, you have to use the class boundary information, not the class limit. So it's better for you to build the class boundary column immediately. Okay. So this one I can have something like this. I usually use this one, borderline. Then can see better. Okay. Okay, class boundary. How to do so? Okay, for your, there are many ways actually, but for degree, when you proceed to degree, actually the unit convener in Melbourne, okay, prefers to use in this way. Okay, the lower number remain the same. Okay, but the upper number, now the upper boundary will increase 1 to something like this. Okay, we'll use this symbol to shift 2 to 6. Okay, so the lower number is still the same, but the upper limit has to plus 1 in order to change to upper boundary. 2 to 5 plus 1 for the first class. Okay, change to this symbol, less than. This is one of the methods you can consider. I only introduce one method because it's preferred by the unit convener in Melbourne. So I just follow this method, all right? Then how about the second class? Second class is still start with 226, right? But it's less than 251. Third class start with 251 and less than 276. Okay. So continue the same process. So for your project also the same. Your project one question number 3. You can show this type of working. Okay. Then what is the next column? Next column should be frequency column. All right, frequency column, frequency. In this case, frequency is referred to number of days. Yeah, for this question, frequency is referred to number of days because these data are the daily rainfall values. The daily rainfall value. So frequency here is referred to number of days. Okay, we use F as the symbol to represent this column. Right. Okay, so if you are using this type of classes, then your frequency, okay, for the first class is from 201 but less than 226. Okay, 201 but less than 226. So it should be until 225, right? So I just simply use the traditional method to count, okay, how many lah. So actually it's 21, 21 altogether. 21 values, or we call it the daily rainfall volume are less than 226, okay? Or in between 201 to 225, okay? So it's 21 in fact, but if you want to confirm, you can just use the formula count formula. Okay, double click this, and then you highlight the numbers which are between 201 to 225. So usually I just do this, okay, and then just put a cross bracket. 21. First class, the frequency is 21. Okay, so continue the same process for the second class. Second class is from 226 until 250. Include 250, so until this one, right? So I just simply use count, C-O-U-N-T, faster. Okay. So I'll just select this, right? Then the next class is from 251 until 275. Till this number. Now, next class is 276 until 300. Yeah, 300. Okay. You can double click, okay, and then put a bracket. Okay. Then the second last class is 301 until 325. The last class is easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Right? Five numbers in between 326 to 350. Right. Okay. And you copy these frequency values into the table. Right. So the first class is 21. Key in 21. Second class 28. We are using Excel, but we also have some other software can do the calculation directly. Yeah, that'll be higher level. So now we just use Excel. 1585, 1585. So you can also double check, make sure that your total frequency value should be equal to 100 because we have 100 data. So usually I just double check, okay, I can just use the sum formula to check to ensure there is no data missing. Altogether should be equal to 100 frequency. Okay, 100. So this one I can put total column. This is total row. Okay, total row. Then I can bold it. Okay, so part A done. This is called as the frequency table. Okay. So any question on this, especially this part, I think, right? The number of classes and also the class size will also influence the frequency column. Okay. So this is part A. Any other question on part A? So this will be useful, yeah, for your project 1, question number 3. Okay. Then how about B? You want me to discuss? Part B is what? Construct the histogram and also the frequency polygon. Because we're only using Excel, right? So Excel usually we cannot combine the two histogram and polygon together. So it's better to draw separately. Okay? Draw separately for both histogram and polygon. For histogram, okay, histogram, you should use the class boundary as the x-axis. Class boundary should be the x-axis. So because between two bars, there is no gap. There is no gap in between two bars. So we should use the class boundary as the x-axis, and then the y-axis is referred to the frequency, okay, or number of days. Okay, class boundary here is referred to the, we call it as the number of rainfall, and then millimeter. Okay. Okay. Alternative. This is the alternative name for this. The class boundary in this case here. Okay, is referred to what? Okay, this one I use Shift Enter. Okay, I think I use bracket only. So this class boundary actually is referred to the rainfall. Rainfall, and then it's in millimeter. Okay. Millimeter rainfall. I try to increase the width. Or you can just enter having to have 2 lines. Okay. Or you can just put class boundary. Frequency here actually is referred to number of days for this question. Okay. So if you want to build the histogram easily, make sure that you already have these 2 columns. All right. Then we go to insert. Or we have to select the number first. If you do not select the title or the header of the column, is fine. We just select the frequency value. Then you go to insert. Okay. Then we choose this one. Right. All right. So you may find that there is a gap in between 2 bars. So in order to close the gap, what can you do is you can choose quick layout, then choose layout number 8. This one, in order to close the gap between 2 bars. Okay. What else are missing? You may find that actually for the x-axis, the values also not correct, right? It's not from 1 to 3, 4, 5, but it's start with 201 to less than 226. So that means we need to change the value for the x-axis also, right? We need to revise the values for x-axis correct and not consistent. Okay. So how to change? You can select this part, right? Okay. Then right-click any area of this part. But you cannot see this. Okay. Should not have this arrow sign. It should have something like this. So like this. Okay. And then right-click the mouse. Then you should be able to see this message. Click on select data. Okay. The data that you should select, it should be click on edit. Okay, and then select this one to 01 to less than 226. Okay, this cell until this cell. That will be the value for each class. Okay, the value for each class. Then you can click on OK to confirm. Click on OK. Okay. Then what else missing? Okay, the x-axis and y-axis line also missing, huh? So you can add the line, okay, by right-click the mouse, then you choose format axis, so that you can add the x and y-axis line using this one, the line, fill and line. Okay, choose line, and then we go for solid line. Make sure that the solid line color is black. Okay, change to black. Okay, so for the y-axis also the same. Okay, select this box, then choose solid line. Make sure that it's black color. Okay. Anything else? The histogram also should have borders also, border line. So what you can do is you just click on any bar. Okay, as long as you can see. Okay, all these bars being selected. Okay, then you can just right-click the mouse. Right-click the mouse by pointing to any bars. Okay. So for the outline, we choose black color. Okay. If you feel that this dark blue is too dark and then you cannot see the border line, what you can do is maybe you can change the dark blue into lighter blue, right? Lighter one. Maybe you can do this, like lighter one, so that you can see the border line clearly. Right? Just go to here and choose fill. Okay. Then lastly, the title. Title have to put this is histogram. Histogram. Okay. If you want to mention histogram for what, you can also mention that. Histogram for rainfall. In a certain part of Amazon, right? We'll just put histogram for rainfall enough. Okay, in certain part of Amazon. All right. So the x-axis here, you can put the unit used for this variable. The unit is what is the name of the variable? The name of the variable is rainfall. Okay, rainfall, and that is in millimeter. Or you can put daily rainfall if you want, or daily rainfall. I put daily. And then for the y-axis here is you can put number of days or frequency. Number of days, or you can put frequency. So that means about 20 plus, okay, 20 plus days. The daily rainfall was between 201 to less than 226 millimeter. Okay, and etc. Okay, so polygon done. Histogram done. Okay, how about polygon? For polygon, you need to have 2 more points. Okay, you need to build 2 more points when you want to draw the polygon. One point is before the first class. Another point is after the last class. You need to add 2 more coordinates. 2 more points means 2 coordinates in order to draw the polygon, so that the polygon is touching the x-axis. Okay, so my advice is you go to the Excel, build 2 additional classes. Build 2 more classes when you want to draw the polygon. This one I move down because it's hidden. This I move down, right? Okay, maybe I can copy another table. Okay, I copy another table so that you're not confused. I copy this, okay, and then I use a new sheet to do all the calculations. Okay. So this one, okay, try to increase out of it, increase the size. All right. So for polygon, you need to have 2 additional coordinates. Okay, the additional coordinate is the class before the first class. So I add one more class. This one I should use insert. Okay, insert sheet rows. Okay. Another coordinate we need is the class after the last class. So I will insert here. Okay, I use below, insert below one. Okay, I need to insert here. Okay, 2 additional points required. I use gray color so that you know that these are we call as additional coordinates that you need. All right, additional coordinates. Okay. So this class it should be from, because we're using 25 numbers in the class, so it should be 176 to less than 201, right? We try to use equal class size. For each class, we use equal class size. Since we're using 25 class size for each class, so the first class should be this number, right? 176 to less than 201. Okay, and we'll put 0 here. Frequency is 0. Okay. The class after the last class, it should be start with 351. Okay, but less than 325, so it's 376. Okay, 25 numbers, 376. So here the frequency is also 0. Okay, so make sure that you have 2 additional coordinates, additional one bit when you want to draw the polygon. Okay, okay, now we can start to draw the polygon now by highlighting the frequency values, including the first we call as the additional 2 coordinates that we already built. Okay, then we go to insert, choose this one. Polygon should be something like a line graph, so we choose this one. Okay, choose 2D enough. Simple one. Okay, so you can see the first point and the last point already able to touch the x-axis. Okay, but you may find that actually something missing here. It's not complete. This polygon not complete. Title, all these are not added yet, and also the values for x-axis also not correct. So we need to correct the information. Okay, so what I do is I try to use the quick layout. Okay, so that I can add the box to put the x-axis and y-axis titles. Okay, this one is called as legend. Legend is useful when we have 2 variables in one diagram, but now only have 1 variable, which is rainfall, only 1 variable. So we do not need to show the legend at all. No need, so we can just delete. Okay, so the s values also not correct. So we need to edit. Okay, so you can select this and then move your mouse cursor. Okay, I do one more time. Okay, then okay, right click the mouse, and then we choose set data. Okay, so click on edit and select this one, the class before the first class, until the class after the last class. See, once you select this, you may find that the numbers appear. Okay, at the x-axis. So to confirm, you just click on OK. Okay. So x-axis, the title, it should be rainfall. You can put daily rainfall, okay, or rainfall. Then in millimeter. Okay. Oh, I use small letter. Yeah. I think I should use small letter better. Okay. And then the y-axis is referred to frequency. Actually, it's better for you to use percentage frequency. Better. Okay. It's better to use percentage frequency. Depends on the question. It's better to use percentage frequency so that you can have further analysis. But at the moment, it's using the frequency only. So it's referred to number of days, or refer to frequency. This one is polygon. Right? Okay. Then the x-axis and y-axis, you can use this one. Choose the line and border. Okay. Done, polygon. Okay. So for this polygon is using frequency as the y-axis. Sometimes the question may ask you to use the percentage frequency. If percentage frequency, that means you need to build one more column. You have to use this column. If the question specified must use percentage frequency, so that means you need to build one more column, percentage frequency. So that means we change the number of days to percentage. Okay. Frequency. Okay. So that means this one should be is still equal to 0 now because 0%, right? This one should be 21 divided by total of data you have. For this question, incidentally, for this question, 100%. Okay. So because it's 100 data, so that means it's 21%. In fact, it's also fine. It's 21% because we have 21 data incidentally. Okay. So this one, it can be considered as percentage frequency as well. Yeah. So it's like this, 21 divided by 100. Then you can change to percentage also by multiplying with 100. So this one should be 28 because it's for this question incidentally the total frequency is 100. Okay, like for question 2, the total frequency is 80. So you have to build the percentage frequency column. The question is asking you to present your polygon or histogram by using percentage frequency. Okay, so this is question 2. So far, okay? Okay, question 3 now. Question 3. So part C, what is the question? Let us see what is the question. Construct an ogive curve. Okay, construct an ogive curve. So if you're asked to draw ogive curve, that means that your y-axis must be the percentage cumulative frequency. Make sure, your y-axis should be the percentage cumulative frequency. And then your x-axis is, we call as the upper class boundary. Okay, the upper class boundary less than. Okay, so I already built the columns for you. In order to build the ogive curve, you need these two columns. Okay, so your x-axis should be the upper class boundary value, and then your y-axis is percentage cumulative frequency. Okay, and make sure that when you want to draw the ogive curve, you have to build additional coordinate, which is before the first class. Okay, before the first class, that means you need to add one more class before the first class, in order to have one more coordinate, so that your ogive curve will start from the x-axis. Okay, it's touching the x-axis. So you need to add one more point. So the class before the first class, it should be the upper boundary value should be less than 201. Right? Then your first class, the upper boundary value is less than 226. Okay, we should use this one. Less than 226. And this is your upper boundary value for the first class. This one. Okay. Second class of upper boundary value is 251. So substitute to here. Okay. So continue the same process. For the last class, the upper boundary value is 351. Put here. Okay. Then for your y-axis is cumulative. Percentage cumulative frequency. Okay, so if you have difficulty to build this, what you can do is you can do step by step. So okay, so you can have cumulative frequency first. Okay, if you are not able to do it fast, so we do step by step. All right, so we'll do the cumulative frequency first. Cumulative frequency. And you can have one more class if you want, all right? If you want to have one more class, you can have insert. This is the additional class. So this class should be 176 but less than 201. Okay, and then the frequency is 0. Huh? Okay, so let's try now for the cumulative frequency. I use borderline. Huh? Okay, so for this additional class, the cumulative frequency is 0. Okay, for the first class, how many days the rainfall were less than 226 millimeter? Answer is 21. Okay, and how about this one? This one should be 28 plus 21, so you'll get 49. Got 49 days. The rainfall value were less than 251 millimeter. Okay, so next class, the cumulative frequency is 23 plus 28 plus 21, or you can use 23 plus 49. Okay, so 49 plus 23, I use this number directly. Okay, or another way is I can just simply use the sum. That'll be faster, right? Sum up these three numbers. This class, the cumulative frequency will be sum of the front classes until here. Okay, until the fourth class. Then next one should be sum until here. Last one. Make sure that for the last class, the cumulative frequency should be equal to the total frequency value. Okay. Then convert this cumulative frequency into percentage frequency. So now I add one more columns. Okay, and then I can name this one as percentage frequency. So how to do so? Okay, so for the class before the first class, sure that is 0% is equal to 0%. Okay. All right. So second class is this class of the first class is 21 divided by 100. Okay, multiply 100. So answer is 21% in fact. Because incidentally, for this total frequency is 100 for this question, but the actual way is using 21, all right, divided by the total frequency value. Okay, and then you can multiply with 100, so that can convert to 100%. If you want to do for question 2 later on, you can use this method. All right. So for the second class, the percentage cumulative frequency is equal to 49 multiply 100 divided by 100, this number. Okay. But because I already, so you can continue the same process for other columns, for other classes as well. But because I already programmed the first class values, and then you may find that actually the denominator is equal to 100 for all of the rows. So what can I do is I can just try to fix this number by putting $sign aside C, so that I can fix this number as a denominator for all the remaining rows later on. Okay, so already fixed, okay, this cell as a denominator. So what can I do is I can copy this formula for the rest of the rows. So how to do so? I can go to this cell, okay, which is E2. Then I move my mouse cursor until I see a black cross size at the bottom right hand side of the cell of E3. Okay, then I left click the mouse, drag the mouse until cell E8, and then release the mouse. Okay, so you may find these are the percentage cumulative frequency value. So when you want to draw the object curve, okay, what can you do is you just need to have this column and also the percentage cumulative frequency column. That will be that to make a job easier. All right, so you can just have these two columns only when you want to draw the polygon. Okay. Okay, so let's try how to draw the polygon. So we select this, right? Highlight this. Title no need. Okay, not necessary. So just select the figures for percentage cumulative frequency. Then you go to insert. Right. Then you choose this one. Go to here. Okay. I see the pattern already. Object curve, the pattern always like this. Okay. Then you add the boxes so that you can put the title for X and Y axis. So we go to this. Then we choose this one. Okay. 3, don't want, delete. Okay. Figures, okay, also not correct. So we should use, for the x-axis should be this number, the upper class bar this value. Okay, so I highlight this, then right click the mouse, choose select data, right? Edit the data, highlight these numbers that we want, click on OK. Click edit, done. Okay. Okay, so we already have the figures. So that means like 0% of the days have rainfall less than 201 millimeter. Okay, and then we have about 20 days. The rainfall value were less than 226 millimeter and etc. Okay, so title you put axis title for this, it should be the rainfall millimeter. This one, it should be the percentage cumulative frequency. Okay, make sure that you use percentage cumulative frequency, so that we can do the analysis by calculating the median Q1 and Q4 later on. Okay, so make sure that your y-axis is using percentage cumulative frequency. Okay, cumulative. Otherwise, you cannot identify your median Q1 and Q4 by using ogive curve. Here, okay, you can just put ogive. You can also put, okay, because later on I'm going to do analysis. So I have some boxes here so that I can do analysis. Okay, I'll choose this one so that now I can draw the horizontal line from the median location and also the Q1 and Q4 location. So I use this one so that I can draw the lines later on, okay, to have further analysis. What else missing? I better put the Y and also the x-axis. Okay. So we choose this one, format axis. This is using this border solid. Okay. So objective already done. Okay, if you want, you can also put a shortcut between 0 to 201 because here it's not logic to have this distance only. So usually you can put a shortcut as well. Just put a 2 cross sign. Okay, cross sign. So I can just use insert using this shape. Okay, put a 2 cross sign. This is cross sign. Okay, one more to indicate that there is a shortcut. Okay. Okay, like this. Okay. So this is part C. Okay. And then question 3 is also related to question 1. Question 3 is based on your ogive curve that you have already drawn. Question 3 is related to question 1. Okay. Based on your ogive curve that you already drawn, you are asked to identify number of days that receive less than 275 millimeter of rain. Less than 275. So that means the x value already given to you. This is the x value. Okay, you are asked to identify the y value. Okay, number of days. X is less than 275. So how to solve the problem? Okay, what you can do is you can use ogive curve to help. So now we go to ogive curve that we already drawn. Okay. Rainfall is referred to the x-axis. Right. So you choose any number is equal to 275. 275 should be somewhere here, right? That's why it's not really, sometimes it's not so accurate if you are using the ogive curve. All right, but it's okay. We try to draw a straight line from 275. Okay, you have to start from the x-axis here. So I try to insert the line now. Okay, I use this one. Okay, so this is 276 is here. All right. Okay, I try to increase the size so that you can see here. Okay, 276 is here. Okay, 276 is this line. So 275 should be somewhere here. Not so accurate, but roughly only, not so accurate. That's why I'm not really encouraged, to use algebraic curve, but since it's a tutorial question, it's okay, it's fine. So somewhere here, all right, 275, yeah, okay. 276 is here, this point. Okay? So 275 roughly here, not so accurate, but somewhere here. Okay, I use orange color so that you can see. Okay, I use dash line. Hopefully it's not because hopefully it's straight enough, All right, this is the first step. I try to increase the size, so that you can see clearer. Okay. So first step is you draw a vertical line. Start from 0.275. Okay, somewhere here. Then what's the next step? Okay, until touching the algebraic curve, Then from this algebraic curve point, you draw a horizontal line. Okay, I insert. Go to insert, draw a line. Choose this one. So start from this point. Okay, this algebraic curve point. Draw a straight line until touching the y-axis. Then release your mouse. Right? Then okay, this line I use orange color and also dash line so that you can differentiate. You know that. Okay, this is for us to do estimation. All right. So number of days should be equal to. Okay, because this is percentage cumulative frequency, percentage cumulative frequency, So, but because it's 100 days, okay, so you can use this method, okay. So actually, what is the value? 60 is here, 80 is here, right? Okay, this line is 60, This line is 80, right? So it seems to be this orange line, right? Is exactly in between, right? It's exactly in between 60 and 80. So we can conclude this line is equal to 70 days. 70 days, This point, So I can conclude it's 70 days. Okay, I use there is one box something like this. Okay, I use other colors, I use green color so that you can see, So it's 70 days. This point, is 70. So what's the meaning? That means, among these 100 days, got 70, okay, 70 days or 70%, 70% or 70 days, okay, of the observed day, had rainfall less than 275 millimeter. And the remaining 30 days had rainfall more than 275 millimeter per day. Okay? And that is the meaning of this point. 70 days, okay, had rainfall, 70 days had rainfall less than 275 millimeter. Maybe I can write down, I can write down. What is the meaning? So I can say, 70 in the in this Amazon, right? Amazon area. Had, because all the parts, right, had rainfall, or I can say daily rainfall. Below 275 millimeter. 275 millimeter is the figure that already given to us, right? And then I can say also, the remaining another days had heavy rainfall. About 275 millimeter. Okay, we'll stop. So that is the meaning of this point. Okay. So far, any question on this part A? Okay. Part A1. Okay, A1. So far, so good. How about part 2? Are you okay with part 2? Okay, part 2 is okay. Okay. 1 and 2 are about the same, so I just let you do. Maybe we can go for part 3. More than 230 days. Okay, more than or equal to 230 days. So also the same because the x value already given to us. All right. So we go to x-axis again. Choose 230 days. Okay, 200. This is 226 is here. So 230 days should be somewhere here. Okay. So I try to draw another line. So insert. Okay. I go back. Insert line. So 230 should be somewhere here, right? This point. It should be slightly nearer because 226 is here. This is 226. So 230 should be here. Okay. I try to ensure that the line is straight. Okay, this one. So now I can use different colors. I can use yellow lah. Right. 230 should be here. Okay. Okay, then try to draw the horizontal line. So insert this one. Okay, we start from this point until here. Okay, then release the mouse. I choose yellow color so that you can differentiate. Okay, I choose thicker one. Thicker one. All right. Okay, so what is the meaning? That means okay, we have to find out what is the value for this point first. This is 40. This is 20 is here. All right. So in between there are 5 boxes. So that means one box represent. Okay, the difference is 20. So that means one box is represent how many? 5. Okay, one box is represent 20 divided by 5. That means 4. Okay, one box represent 4 millimeter. Okay. This box, because there are 5 boxes. Yeah. Okay. So that means this point is 24. 24. Okay, I try to draw this, copy and paste. This point, answer is 24 days. 24 days. So what is the meaning? That means, right, there were 24 days, okay, whereby the rainfall were less than 230 millimeter. 24 days or less than 24, 225 millimeter. 230. Okay. So what is the meaning? Okay, I better write down first the meaning for this. So that means this one I change. This one means 24 days. Okay. 24 days in the Amazon. I can say that. Okay, 24 days had daily rainfall below 230 millimeter. Then how about the remaining days? How many days altogether? We have to use 100 days minus 24. So 100 minus 24 days will be equal to how many days? 70 days. So if 24 days had rainfall below 230 millimeter, so that means the remaining days, that will be 100 minus 24, you get 76 days. Had rainfall above 230 millimeter. Okay, so what is the question one? In fact, the question actually is asking you to identify how many number of days the rainfall were above 230. So answer is 76 days. Okay, answer is 76 days. So okay with question number. This is question. What question is that? Let me see. 3A, number 3. Because this question is above, above 230. Okay, so you should use 100 minus 24. Then you can get 76. B and C should be able to do by yourself, B and C, okay, Any question? Do you want me to go through B? Okay, so far, okay, Any other question that you want me to go through? Besides exercise 1.7, question 1 and 3? Any other questions that you feel, not sure the answer is different from what you have done? Then we can discuss for other exercises. Any question you want me to go through? Okay, let me see the meeting chat, see anybody type anything. Okay. So far, no, sir. Okay, thank you, Jung Mei. Yes. Any other questions? Have you started your project 1? Have you started collect data? Oh, no, sir. Okay, Jacob, thank you. Yeah. Other questions are quite straightforward, Oh, okay. Remember, for the group data, okay, if you want to get the mean, standard deviation, median, more Q1, Q3, remember, make sure that you should try to use the class boundary, use class boundary. Cannot use class limit, use class boundary. Okay, so for your project 2 later on, you need to use class boundary to calculate the descriptive numerical measurements. Okay, so I think I also have the, we call it the summary as well. Okay, maybe you can go through the summary. Okay, any other question before we go through the summary on this chapter? Any other question for your tutorial? No, sir. Okay, thank you. So maybe you can go through the summary because some of you may confuse between the ungroup and group data formula, okay, I can go through the summary from your, we call it as the week 3 summary table, So the summary table is, I think I get from last week. Last week should be, let me see whether I save in the, I think this is week 1 chapter. Okay, so also already done the summary, for all of you, since we already studied so many formula for the descriptive statistics, so this summary table should be useful for you. All right. So, okay, if the data ungroup data, that means we haven't convert the data into frequency table, then we call this as ungroup data. So for ungroup data, the mean value is using total x divided by n. Okay, so once we transfer the data either into the single score frequency table or class intervals frequency table, then the mean formula should be equal to total fx divided by total f. Okay. So for the mean, in order to get the mean value for group data, you need to have two columns, okay, or maybe three columns. You need the class column followed by the frequency column, followed by the fx column. Okay, fx column. So x here is referred to the midpoint. Yeah, f multiplied the x, that is frequency multiplied the midpoint value for each class. Okay. All right. Then this is the sentence that you can use. Okay, this is the sentence that you can use in order to interpret the value of mean for both the ungroup and group data mean value. You can use this sentence. Keyword is average. Okay, keyword is average. Okay, mod means the most frequent happen or appear value. Okay, most frequent appears value. So it's the mod. So for mod, it's good that you can also sort the data first. Okay, so for ungroup data, you sort the data from lowest to highest. Then it's more easy for you to get the mod value. Like what I think Harry's last week also mentioned. What happens if we have more than one mod or two mods or no mod, and then you have to report in your project. Okay. So in your data that you have collected, maybe you have two mods, maybe three mods or no mod. Then you report accordingly. Okay. For the group data, the formula to calculate the mod value will be using this, this formula. So make sure that this L mod is using the lower boundary of the mod class. Lower boundary of the mod class. So in order to get the mod value by using group data, make sure that you must already have the frequency, we call it the boundary class table and also the frequency. Then from there you identify your mod class first, okay, followed by your mod value. Okay. And besides using formula, you can also use histogram to estimate the mod value. The mod value can be estimated by using histogram. How? You can go to the class bar, okay, with the highest frequency, which is this, let's say this class, second class. Okay, then you draw two lines. Okay, the first line is from this corner and connect to this. Second line is connect from here, this corner to this corner. Then go to the intersection point between these two cross lines. Okay, and draw a vertical line until touching the x-axis. So this will be your mod value here. Okay. So mod, you can use the word majority or most. These are the keywords you can use to explain the meaning of the mod value. Okay, I stop for a while. Any question on mod? Okay, so for median means the middle number. So you need to sort the data first. No matter how, whether it's for ungroup or group data, make sure that you arrange the data, okay, from lowest to highest. First step, right? If you want to use the ungroup data, make sure that the classes, okay, already been arranged properly. Classes already been arranged properly, and then the classes should be in the class boundary form. Okay. Then identify the location of the median. Location means the term. It's not the value, but it's only the location. Location means the term. Okay. So for ungroup data, we use n plus 1 divided by 2. For group data, is using total f divided by 2. Okay. Can you see the difference? This one is plus 1 for ungroup data. For group data, it's total f divided by 2. All right. Then use formula to calculate the median value. Right. And this is the sentence that you can use. Okay, you may consider in order to interpret the value of median. So you always start with 50% of what, okay, of your variable is more than the median value, and the remaining 50% of the variable is less than the, or it's, we start with less than first. Okay, better use less than and then followed by more than. That will be better. Okay, less than 50% less than the median, and another 50% more than the median value. That will be better. Okay. Then first quartile. First quartile is also called as lower quartile. Okay. First quartile is also called as lower quartile, or is also called as 25th percentile. Same meaning. 25th percentile. Okay. So for ungroup data, we use the formula to identify location of Q1, which is n plus 1 divided by 4. Huh? And then for the group data, using total f divided by 4 to identify the location, then use formula. Remember, the formula is should based on the class boundary. Yeah, class boundary. Make sure that you have to use class boundary, not class limit. Okay. So the explanation always started with 25% of the variable less than the Q1 value, and then the remaining 75% of the variable have value greater than the Q1. Okay. Then how about Q3? Also the same. Q3 means the third quartile or upper quartile or 75th percentile. Okay. So the location formula for ungroup data using this one. Group data using this and the formula. Sometimes you can also use the ogive curve, okay, to estimate the median Q1 and Q3. Yeah, using ogive curve also okay, but I prefer using formula because it's more accurate. Okay. Okay. Then okay, so we call this all these measurements, mean, mode, median, Q1, Q3. These are called as locality measurement. Okay, locality measurement, or we call it centrality measurement. That means like each value is able to identify the specific location of the value only. Specific location of the value, only one point. It's not in the range or dispersion. Only identify location of a point, value of a point only. So we call it locality measurement. Okay. So if you want to know more about your data distribution, the pattern, the shape, all this, then you have to use the dispersion measurements in order to understand better about the data distribution, the pattern, right? So what are the measurements you can use? You can consider the variance, standard deviation, CV, and also the skewness. Okay. So for I'll start with standard deviation. All right. So we use S as the symbol. So the for standard deviation, the formula is using the square root of 1 over n minus 1, then multiply with total x squared minus this. So in order to calculate the standard deviation for ungroup data, you need to have two columns, at least two columns, which are x and x squared, so that you can get the total x squared and total x value and substitute to here. Yeah, you need x and x squared column for ungroup data. Okay, so how about for the group data? For group data, you need the x column. The x means the midpoint. Okay, the midpoint value, you need the midpoint. You need the f, which is frequency. You need the fx column. Why? Because here you need the fx. Okay? And then the last column is the fx square, because you need the fx square value to substitute to here. Okay, so you need x, f column, fx, and fx squared. Okay, for the group data. And this is the sentence you can use to evaluate the value of standard deviation. Okay. So actually, is the standard deviation is the average difference between the observed data and mean. Okay, I repeat. Standard deviation is the average difference between observed data and mean. Observed data means the data that you have collected, like for your case will be 50 data. Okay. So if you want to know the average difference between the 50 observed data and the mean, then you can use standard deviation to do the measurement. Okay. So the higher the standard deviation, the more disparate is the data. That means the differences of the data value will be bigger, okay, among the observed data. So bear in mind, your standard deviation and variance always positive number. And then there is a unit. But just now rainfall, let's say the rainfall, the unit is millimeter. Okay. So for standard deviation, the unit should be equal to the rainfall unit as well, which is millimeter in this case. Okay. Okay. Then CV, the formula is S, which is standard deviation, S divided by S bar, and then convert to 100%. Okay. That's why we change to multiply 100 so that can leave the answer in percentage. Okay, so the unit for CV is in percentage. CV unit is in percentage. Okay. So the higher the CV, the more disparate the data distribution. Okay, the higher the CV, the more disparate the data distribution. The lower the CV, the most consistent the data distribution. Okay. Consistent is the opposite of dispersion. Right? Okay, last one, skewness. Skewness actually is to identify the pattern of your data distribution, whether it's skewed to the left, right, or symmetric. Okay, so sometimes you can use a histogram or polygon to identify the skewness of the data distribution. If you cannot observe properly, what you can do is you can use formula. You can use either mean minus mode divided by standard deviation, or you can use this 3 multiplied mean minus median divided by standard deviation. Okay, so if your SKP is equal to 0, your skewness value is equal to 0 exactly, then you can conclude the data distribution is symmetrical. You should add the word data distribution is symmetrical, or the data distribution is normal, okay? Or the data is normally distributed. If your skewness is greater than 0, that means positive number, then you can say the data distribution is positively skewed to the right. Okay. If the skewness value is less than 0, that means the data distribution is negatively skewed or skewed to the right, skewed to the left-hand side. Okay, so done already for the summary on the numerical measurements. These two tables you cannot get from book, created by me, my copyright reserve. Okay, you cannot get from other books. Any questions on the numerical measurements? So, okay, we still have about, now is, nearly, it's 2 o'clock and 30 minutes, So far, so good? Okay, last part will be how to submit your assignment, How to submit your assignment. Okay, let's go to Canvas side, How to submit your assignment. This is a question asked by, I think it's by a student last week, from email. Okay, the project 1 submission site already available, so you can submit anytime you want. The due date, okay, let us go to, okay, how to check, okay. You can go to syllabus, okay, I use the student view, then you can see better, I try to use student view. Okay, so this should be your view, okay, you go to syllabus, right, which is, we call this as the control panel, you go to syllabus, first step, then you scroll down. The first part is the unit outline, okay, scroll down. You should be able to see all these, right? These are your assessments that you require to do, Okay, so your project 1, it should be this, okay? Fieldwork project 1, go to here. Okay, you choose this, Because our fieldwork project consists of 2 parts, okay? So now you go for the first part. Okay, so this is the instruction, right? And also the question I put here all, and then this is the regulation for the declaration and statement on authorship. You can read through also, Can read through this, right? Okay, so now let's say you're ready to submit your assignment now. Okay, what can you do? You can click on this new attempt button. It's on the upper right hand side of your canvas. Okay, I click on this. Okay, then you scroll. Okay, you should be able to see this section right here. Okay, so you click on choose file. Choose file. And select the file that you want to submit, I just simply choose the Microsoft Word file, Let's say I simply choose one. Let's say this, I simply choose one, to formative, tutorial 10 formative. Let's say, okay, I choose this file. And then I click on open button. If you want to give comments also can, because only the leader will submit the assignment. So let's say you can say, oh, sir, okay, I have submitted one assignment. Let's say it's not compulsory for you to put a comment. Not compulsory. Assignment. Not compulsory. So you can send the comment to the instructor, instructor only, or you can send the comment to the whole group if you want, so that you're informed, your team members you have submitted, right? So then you click on this. Make sure that you check this. You have to check this. The group leader have to check this one. All right. Then click on submit assignment. Okay. Then usually the system needs time to process your work. Okay. Okay, it seems to be already submitted, done, confirmed, done already. So you can check also your submission details, because the system already helped to generate the similarity index report, okay, to check whether you're involved in any plagiarism or not. So for us, is your plagiarism or similarity index should not more than 30%. If more than 30%, that means yeah, you're probably involved in some plagiarism issue, copy somebody's work. Okay. So let's see whether you can check your work or not. Okay, you can go to grades if you want, grades. Yeah, grades. There are a few ways to check your answer. All right. Okay, we go to your fieldwork project 1. This one. Usually got this we call a similarity index. Will show you not how many percent your works involve any plagiarism or not. Okay, I change to my view, because I can check the students' work. Okay. Oh, it's red color. Okay. I can check the students' work. Actually, it's red color. Okay, red color means what? It's very high plagiarism. Okay, I can check how many percent. Red color means very high. If blue color means low. If green, then means okay lah, moderate. If yellow means about 50% already. I can check. Okay, 76% similarity index. Okay, like this is bad example. 76% similar to some of the sources. So I can check. Okay, like what are the sources got similarity. Okay, like this sentence. I can check is from where. Okay, go here. Can check the sources. Okay. So actually, those highlighted with this this color is from this source. It's from a book, in fact. Okay. This one is from internet, some internet from this source, internet source. This one is from book, 67%. Like this sentence. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because some of the question I get from book. So I can check from here. You should be able to access your similarity index. Okay, so now you may ask, what happens if your similarity index, you found that you're very high, then you want to do some amendments, right? And then you want to submit. Yes, you're allowed to submit more than one time. Okay, for this assignment, project 1, you're allowed to submit one time. So let's say now you want to resubmit how? Okay, you feel that too high, the similarity inside, or maybe you want to improve your work again. You found something missing, you want to improve again. Okay, you're allowed to resubmit. Okay, so now we go back to okay, there are a few ways. You can go back to your syllabus again. I use the student view so that you can see better. Okay, so we go back to fieldwork project 1. Okay. Okay, in fact, you are allowed to resubmit. Resubmit. Okay. So what can you do is you should be able to see if you submit the second time. Then this button now should be resubmit. It's something like reattempt instead of new attempt. It should be you can click on this again for the second submission. Okay. Then you can choose the file here. Okay, the first one you can just delete. You can remove the file. In fact, okay, you can delete the second one. The first one you can delete, and then choose the second one. Okay, let's say now I choose another file. Let's say I choose this one. This one. Okay, open. Okay, so once you choose the file, you click on open button. All right. This one, if you don't want, you can leave it blank for comment. Okay, maybe I want to inform my group members I'm going to submit, so I just put this as a comment. It's a notification for my group members. Then we remember to put this again. Check this box. All right. Then we submit your assignment again. Okay. Okay. So submission already done. So let us see how does the result. Actually, I want to see the details also. Resubmit assignment. Okay, one more time. Resubmit assignment. Let's say third time. Try again. This. I think I need to do the setup so that you can view the similarity index import. Okay, maybe I can change to my own view so that I can check for this file, right? Okay, what is the similarity index? I can go back to grades. Actually, this is for one of the student. The sample is a sample I use. Test student. Okay, student. Not yet been progress. Actually, this one is the question that we have. The tutorial is only this. Because nothing, because there is no text. That's why the system cannot identify the similar, because no text, only the graph. Maybe I'll choose another one. I'll choose one more time. Submit. Try to choose a file with text one. That would be better. With text. Tutorial. Maybe this lah. Okay, tutorial questions only. The file is not allowed. Attempt file types are D or CX. Okay, no. Okay, I choose other one. Maybe I choose this solution tutorial 10 formative. Can be quite high also, this one. Okay, check this. Okay, we submit. view feedback. So after 2 weeks of submission, I'll give you feedback lah. Okay, then you can view your feedback also and my comments. Okay, let me see the similarity index. Grades. Okay, you can see it's yellow color. Yellow, okay, let me see. Yellow, that means the similarity index is not so high as the red one. Okay, but it's about 50% already. Okay, let's see how many percent. I can click on this. That's why the system need time to generate the report, plagiarism report through turn it in. Okay, 60%, very high also. Okay, 60%. So the similarities index are from here, from this sentence, these other sentences that increase the similarity index. Okay. If green, that means it's from another source. If green color from other source, can also check from which source also. Just go to here and check. So this one is from, it's also from the textbook, from here, from the textbook. And ever submitted to the Miami University before. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so these are the steps involved to submit your assignment. Any question on your on the steps to submit your project 1 before we call a day? Nearly 2 o'clock now. Yeah, not nearly 4 o'clock. Yeah. Any other questions that you like to ask? Your assignment okay so far? Your preparation? Have you collected data already? I suspect already. Have you finished collected 50 data? Or do you have any problems so far? Okay, I go back to your Microsoft Teams. Check any feedback or not. Okay. So far, have you collected 50 data? Or have you gathered 50 data from the secondary source, or you have collected data from your primary source? How many students now? Let me see. 29. Okay, yeah, about this number. Any question that I would like to ask for your project 1? Any question that I would like to ask? Project 1, so far okay? From the meeting links I saw, yeah, quite a number of groups already have their discussion, right? I saw group 4 already have a discussion. Yeah, John Wee. Okay, thank you. I saw Justin also join your group 4 class. Your meeting team yesterday. NTR, okay, You can try to divide your job, because a lot. So maybe you can divide your job to type. Maybe okay, person A type question 1, 2. No, part A and B. Maybe the second person will do typing for C, D, E, F. So try to divide your job so that can do it faster. So sound okay, This project okay for you, Project 1, If so far okay, Okay. In fact, in your Microsoft Word, right? If you want to insert the, we call it as the formula, all these formula you can get from here. You can use the insert tab. All right, then you can go to equation. In fact, okay. I just simply choose one. You can go to here, equation. You go to insert tag and then go to equation, right? So you can choose, okay, many formats lah. All right. So let's say this is a new one for you. So new one, okay, new one. You can usually can choose this one, or you can choose this one. I do one more time. Insert and then equation. Okay. So usually I just create the new one now, new equation. All right. So here I can just type, okay, let's say this is mean, okay, equals, let's say it's, now I'm using the group data, so formula, okay, I can go to equation, let me see whether it's equation, here, equation, okay, because we know that the mean formula got 2 layers, right? So we choose this one, 2 layers. Choose this, right? Numerator, where's the formula? Formula for ungroup data, ungroup one. That mean is total x, right? Total x. This is for ungroup, let's say. So you can go back to your equation. All right, then you choose this one. Total. Okay. I choose this one. Okay, then I key in. Oh, it should be here. So this one delete. Okay. Go back to here. So we go to equation. Choose total sign. This one, all right. Then key in x. Then the denominator for ungroup data, the mean, is the number of data available. So we put n. Okay. Then continue the same process for the rest. So you can use formula function in your Microsoft Word when you prepare your report. Okay, so if no other question, we just call it that, and yeah, have a nice weekend. All right. I think I have to stop to do recording now. Otherwise, it's too long. I have to use the YouTube.
So I think someone has a question.